will set you free. Ron Killing is his name now. No longer R-Truth. He shocked the world by making the return that we were all hoping for, and I think the bill for SummerSlam is already set. That's right. The TSK is here to review WWE's Money in the Bank. The boys are in full form, and we're rather excited, truth be told.
Sweet, man.
It's, bam, everybody get it one time. It's Rob, it's DC, it's Harold. Everybody get in on the fun this one. Speaking of the fun, 2 shows at damn near at the same time, 2 hours apart at most. You're leaving one part of LA to go 6 minutes down the street in LA, and it took for goddamn ever because Money in the Bank started half empty, but it's okay. It was full by the end. Good goodness, I love it. So real quick, because we did this on the last one, we did Double or Nothing. Thoughts on this show? Like, overall thoughts. We got 5 matches out of it. It wasn't too crazy. I don't think we expected anything above what we got, but I think I personally hit it. I liked it so much, I'll give it the 2 thumbs up right off the bat.
I give it the 2 thumbs.
Hey.
It was fine. It was good.
Solid show.
Solid, that's what
Wrong
it is.
person won the men's, but, you know, it's
No,
whatever.
I can argue that one, and trust me, we will probably argue that one. I thought Seth was a good one. We'll get into it. Let's get into the one where I think the writing was on the wall. Some people were going to love this one. Some people were going to hate this one. But it's the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vakir, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Julia, and Alexa Bliss. My pick was Alexa Bliss. Okay, I said it on Max that the entire my entire reasoning behind it was you need a way to push the Wyatt Six, to get them on television more, to just show the people, hey, we're here, and what better way to do that than to kind of pretty much make Alexa Bliss their leader and walk around with Money in the Bank. You know, you never know when they're working behind. But it didn't work out that way. Instead, we got I guess the one that the people wanted. It's give the people what they want, as Excalibur would say. And Naomi. So before we get into the match of it itself, thoughts on the winner?
I was cool with it. We actually did predictions on Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling.
Yeah, you did.
Go watch that. But we were pretty unanimous in the decision, and the reasoning behind it was because we felt that Naomi was the only one with probably the most compelling storyline going right now. Stephanie and Julia just got there. Rhea, what is Rhea even doing right now?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
She's just being mommy and being loved by the world. That's all I know.
And that's all she needs.
Fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then and Alexa isn't really doing anything right now. Your reasoning of her holding the case was actually pretty good, and I wouldn't have been mad if that happened either. But I think this storyline with Jade and Bianca, and it just kind of sets the tone because if you think about it, and I think Teddy was the one that brought this up on the show, that Tiffany cashed in on Naomi and Nia.
Ooh, okay, I like that. I love when Teddy was a part of that. That was a good ad, by the way. DC, Harold, anything to add? Thoughts on the winner?
Piggybacking off of what Rob was saying with the match with Naomi picking this win up, I thought it was nice, unexpected a little bit. Just because, like he was saying, you had a lot of fresh faces, and that could go one of 2 ways. Either they're going to go under or they're going to go over. So obviously in this case they went under. I like Naomi coming out with it. I'm digging this whole kind of renaissance or revolution in the character, revitalization of her character, similar to how the Usos had one when they went with the bloodline style. And the Owen Hart Nation of Domination gear, I'm going to pop for it every time.
Loved it. God, I love the old school inspirational gear, the tribute gear as some call it. It was awesome. The match itself, though, go ahead. Sorry, DC, did you have anything to add? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I loved it. Like I think it was the right call. Naomi, Trinity, whatever you want to call her. She's been on an absolute tear. And I mean, honestly, this was one of the matches where you really could have gone with any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
And none of them would have been a bad choice.
Right.
You know, and personally, I like when it's like that because you don't have a clear winner. Like, you know, you have, you know, who you would like to see win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Rhea wins, okay. You
Right.
know,
Not a bad thing. Would have been her
whatever.
first one.
You know, either Roxanne, you know, she's had a, you know, hell of a year. You know, Vaquer literally just got there a week ago.
Yeah, but she's
3
already
matches
like
in 24 hours, bro.
Julia,
Girl
Stallion.
you
putting in
know,
work.
Think she's Mike Bailey or something? What the hell?
oh, that Mike Bailey. Speedball, baby.
Julia, been there long, but would have sent a really good message. You know, it's WWE seems to be going in more of a youthful kind of direction now,
Something we've been begging for.
and I think that would have been like a big, you know, kind of megaphone moment where you say, "Okay, this is what you wanted. This is what you're getting."
Wow, I love the way you put that. This is what you wanted. This is what you're getting. And honestly, it's none of it is bad. I've
No.
been saying this. Actually, the homie, my man Beer, has been saying this a while about the WWE and even the NXT Women's Division. It's just been better. It's been hitting on different cylinders. You know, we had the Charlotte moment where we thought it was going to be her overtaking. It didn't end up happening. She's kind of guarded Khan into the background, and we have this beautiful array of newcomers. All these young ladies from NXT are coming in, and they're coming in with a mission to impress, to overly impress. I remember when, I think it was just 3-4 months ago, I was dog shitting all over Naomi and her return and how it was lackluster and she's doing nothing. And now she was able to turn it around, win Money in the Bank, and this is one of those ones where I feel, and again, because my immediate process is who's going to fail Money in the Bank? Can they fail Money in the Bank? I don't think she could. I think this is going to be a good stepping stone for her. Make her, I think it's like a 2 or 3 time women's champion, which would be great for her. So I'm not in love with the decision. I thought it was the right decision. They listened to the fans. It worked out. I'm not mad. Not mad at
If
all.
you think about it, we really haven't seen a fully fleshed out Naomi heel turn before. She's been
No,
a heel
not yet.
before in WWE,
Right.
yes, but not like this. Like
No.
this is a whole totally new gimmick, and you know when you go from one end of the spectrum with a gimmick to complete opposite end, it's either going to be a grand slam out of the park, or it's just going to be a complete strikeout.
Mhm.
And it's going to be one or the other, no in between. This to me was a grand slam.
She told Bianca it'd be a shame if you and your mama was in a wheelchair.
God damn.
Woo!
Simony. Okay, that's
Fire.
oh Naomi's got it. Naomi's doing it right now. She's doing it right now. She's
Maybe she cashes in on Bianca at some point when maybe Bianca gets a title and Naomi cashes it in.
The sweet revenge. I like that. I like that a lot. It's a sweet revenge. We did get a little bit of highlights from WWE versus Worlds Collide, or AAA, I should say, at Worlds Collide. The Dominic Mysterio and was it Octagon Junior match? I enjoyed it, and I'll always say this about Dominic. Or I should say they teased it. That's what they always did. They let us know about it. But that was the upcoming match. It was for the Intercontinental Championship. I get these vibes from Dominic Mysterio that make me feel Eddie circa 1998 type of shit. That's my whole thought process. It's just where the person he works with works on such a level with him that together the entire thing is fluid. The entire match is just on a different level. You get to see this different side of Dominic Mysterio. See, I'm already trying to call him like his dad because that's how he's working. Of Dominic Mysterio, where he's actually showing off his ability to wrestle. Yes, it is lucha libre.
Absolutely.
It is flippy shit, whatever you want to color it right now. But it allows him to show that different side, which is a side that we normally don't see. And I'm loving this. And that's why I keep going back and forth saying, like, I get it. It feels like I'm watching Eddie. I know his dad is Ray. I know the stupid story. And we can always joke about it until the end of damn time. But to me, it's always going to be the Eddie way because Eddie was the one that made the big impact in WCW first. So, thoughts on this one? Do we need more Dominic Mysterio, Lucha Libre, or is Dirty Dom just it?
I don't see why not. It doesn't hurt nobody to have more Dom in their lives.
No, sir.
Sometimes you got to get dirty. You know what I'm saying? You trying picking up what I'm putting down, huh?
There it is. There it is. I love
Just
that.
the absolute disrespect to Lucha Libre as he walked out in the mask, takes it off, and just chucks it.
Just chucks it.
Love
You
it.
know, he's young. I think pulling double duty right now in WWE and AAA could actually be very beneficial to his career.
Oh, hell yeah.
Him being young, he can handle the load work. He can handle being on the road long extended periods of time, and just kind of transition between WWE and kind of maybe filling in lower mid card spots, and then in AAA main event spots, main title card spots.
Hey.
Build up a legacy there. Build it up on the legit, AAA Lucha Libre level, bro. The career this kid could have. He's just transitioned into such a perfect position. He's found just the right amount of character, mixing in the right amount of psychology in his matches. With Octagon Jr. in this match, perfect display of Octagon Jr. being the babyface, challenging the title holder, Dom, using the little bit of experience he's got in the WWE, little tricks he's learned to kind of just get the edge over Octagon Jr. Very enjoyable match from a psychology level. It wasn't the best technical wise, but psychology level, blast watching Dominic every time.
You know, we all ragged on him in the early days, and but to me, the Dominic that we first saw against Seth, 5 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago.
Dang, has it been that long?
And the Dominic that we have now,
wow,
night and day.
Night and day, indeed.
Yep.
1000%.
Where who knows, 4 or 5 years from now. Easily world title picture. Easily.
He's in my top 10 right now. Current going.
Hey, I like that a lot. I like that. It's a good high ranking for him. The kid can go. The kid can go. And again, it took a few years for him to get there. Remember we were saying how Pat McAfee was a little bit better on that level, and the dude has nowhere near the background or I guess lineage, if you will, that a Dominic Mysterio has. But he's absolutely coming to his own. I completely love the idea of this dude doing double duty, working AAA, working WWE, whether it be mid card, just defending the IC title, and then I can absolutely see this being a thing of this is how we get Vikingo in WWE. Eventually, he's gonna have to lose to a WWE star. And who better at this point than Dominic Mysterio? They're building him up like that. Maybe he wins, the Cruiserweight belt first, and then turn around and wins the AAA Mega Championship, or goes right for the Mega Championship. Either way, I feel like, that right there is money in itself. Dominic Mysterio being the name. The last name, Mysterio, always bringing that up. As much as it's not meaning to foreshadow his dad, but the overall legacy the Mysterio name carries in Mexico, I think would be huge in itself to see him go against Vikingo. Even if, again, Vikingo loses, hopefully not through chicanery, but if it happens, it happens. I mean, hell, look at the way they got rid of the belt off of fucking Patron, for crying out loud. So I completely love that idea. I really hope somebody on that side of the board is listening to this and is taking that into consideration, because if you really want to make this guy anywhere near the level his dad was, this is the best fucking way to do it. You get him beloved in Mexico. You get him beloved here in the States. He's beloved then universally, all over the place. And you know what? And I hope I'm right about this. To those scrutiny type of fans, to those biased fans, the 1 minute AEW, the 1 minute WWE, I think this is one of those type of situations where if this guy does this, it opens up that branch where you're not judged. You're not just an E guy. You're a guy out there working the system. he'll garner a little bit more overall respect for it. And I think, again, that's something that could be massive. So, again, not the greatest Lucha Libre match you ever see. Psychology-wise, was great. These guys work super fucking fast. Octagon is ridiculously quick, and Dominic is just there timing perfectly, but he does pick up the win, retains the IC Championship. And then we move on to... I don't want to hate this match. I don't want to be that guy that's like, I really didn't give a shit about it. I did by the end. And the story of it is one that I think we just kind of had to deal with. You know what I mean? It was just, somebody's got to bring light to this belt. And unfortunately, it has to be a star that they brought in from, being away for a while. So the Intercontinental Champion, Women's Intercontinental Championship, let me get that part right. Lyra Valkyria defending against Becky Lynch. And this rivalry's been going on since Mania, when, she came to help out Lyra. So it's been building and building and building. We finally come to a head. Overall, I thought the match was good, but I'm indifferent on the decision. And the reasons why I'm indifferent on the decision is, even though I picked Becky to win this, because you have to think about, what are we doing with this Women's IC Championship? There's been no true attention garnered to this championship, even though you gave it to somebody who had a lot of attention. But then you didn't do too much with them, and you just kind of let the thing fall by the wayside. And when you do that with this new hot toy, if you will, being in both the wrestler and the Women's IC Championship, you're bringing, everything just kind of goes down. They brought Becky in to try to elevate it. I don't know if it really got elevated, or if it just, we had to pay attention because they were shoving it down our throat. So I'm going to stick with the latter. And then now it's just, okay, cool. Becky has the IC Championship. Now what? Is it going to be like how Mercedes runs around with the TBS Championship? We're supposed to look at her as she is the the top dog, but it's a mid-card title? Is that what we're doing? I get the story. I don't get the outcome. I guess I don't know. Am I in the boat alone?
No. This one was kind of weird.
Okay.
I'm a fan of Lyra Valkyria. Have been for a while.
Yeah.
It seemed like since she got this title, she was always getting the short end of the stick.
Yes, dude.
Her matches were getting cut. She'd be advertised for Raw or something, and then it would get pushed and pushed and pushed till eventually you don't see her.
Yeah.
And then Becky shows up, and it kind of helped her get a little bit of momentum. Getting a win over Becky was definitely gave Lyra a push in the right direction.
Did.
But the outcome of this match, the writing was on the wall. Unfortunately, I hope we don't get a Mercedes-style run with this belt, because Becky doesn't need a belt at this juncture in her career. She doesn't need a belt. If anything, she could have helped propel Lyra even further.
I thought that was the point.
That didn't happen. So hopefully, this doesn't put Lyra on the back burner and she disappears for fucking ever. She's amazing talent, has a lot of potential, and hopefully this is not the end.
I think... Oh, go ahead, Harold.
Oh, I was gonna say, I didn't see the writing on the wall, and I thought this was, like, as you said, the opportunity for Becky to put Lyra over. I thought this was Becky's run as someone, as a vet, who is going to be putting all these young people over, because realistically, there's not really that much room for Becky anymore. I even compared her to almost like Edge.
Yeah.
In WWE. It's kind of like, yeah, you're there for the pop, you're great, you served your purpose, but this isn't, you know what I mean? This isn't the climate anymore. And I was actually surprised that Becky won.
I mean, I can't cope with that.
I love God. That's my guy. The dad joke's coming hot and heavy.
It was. I'll say this. It was the right call, and the reason I say that, when they introduced the women's U.S. title and the women's IC title, since they have done absolutely jack shit with the women's IC title.
Okay.
Maybe a couple title matches on Raw here or there.
Yeah.
But by and by, they've done shit with it. Look at the women's U.S. title. We got a whole fucking gimmick with Chelsea Green with that thing. We got a gimmick centered around that title for two women who weren't even champion.
Mm-hmm.
We got the secret Herbis out of that. We got Chelsea Green doing some of the absolute best fucking work in her entire career. They have done so much with the women's U.S. title, and it's not Lyra's fault. It's not her fault at all.
Yeah.
Raw, by and large, has been booked shit. It has. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I can't now with this one.
Eventually, do I think that, Lyra's going to get it back? Absolutely. We've got, another PLE before SummerSlam?
Oh, God, do we really?
We got Night of Champions.
Night of Champions.
Oh, that's right.
And then SummerSlam.
And then, holy fuck. Well, that's right, because SummerSlam's in August.
Oversaturation.
Gotta love it. That's my favorite thing ever. Trust me, we're going to get into some SummerSlam talk because I feel like we kind of booked a little bit ahead, especially on the main event with this one. And, yeah. Again, decent match. I enjoyed it. Feel how you want about the winner. Feel how you want.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was fun.
I love the
There was a moment at the end of it where I almost kind of expected Lyra to snap.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Like,
just-
I kind of was like, are we going to get, like, the double turn? Like,
Well, she hit her with the suplex, but that just seemed kind of justified at that point.
yeah.
well, I mean, I was waiting for her because, like, you see her with the belt and you're like, are you going to do something? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing? The anticipation.
Okay, Night of the Champions is in 3 weeks.
Oh, fucking Christ.
That's why they're doing fatal four-ways for the qualifying matches.
Yeah.
My man was just singing the perfect song. Oversaturation, indeed. However, not oversaturation. Utter fucking chaos, and a whole lot of it in this one, though. The men, you know what? This is one of those times where the men's Money in the Bank outdid the women's. This is one of those few times that happened. Seth Rollins versus Penta versus El Grande Americano, Solo Sikoa, Andrade, and
Chad
L.A.
Gable.
Knight. It is not Chad Gable. Thank you. Even though Michael Cole spent literally the entire time this match was happening, it's Chad Gable. It's Chad Gable. It's Chad Gable. It got a little annoying. A little. But it's also fucking hilarious how so many people come to the defense of this knucklehead.
You have a chant that's Chad Gable. No, it's not.
It's great. I love this. It's a great thing. The fireball ladder was I swear to God I saw it. I thought it was just a gimmick. Thought it was just a gag, and then it's a real fucking thing now. And I'm like, huh? That part kind of popped me.
Didn't bother me. I enjoyed it.
They're doing it with the tables too.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm doing it with the tables. God, what can I say? What can I
What
say?
bothered me,
Oh,
I
go
forgot
ahead.
to mention this in Becky Lynch versus Lyra, when Becky Lynch got the pin and it was looking super dramatic. They get this shot of Becky, and Becky right behind her head, it says, like, always open at 7-Eleven,
Yep,
right there on the turnbuckle. I'm like, motherfucker. Totally took me out of the moment.
I'm so
That's all I
glad.
got to say.
I'm so glad I wasn't the only one that was doing that because, and I'll get into it. Well, actually, no, I'll just give my example now. While watching the main event, I was trying to like multitask. I was grocery shopping while watching the main at the same time, and I would literally hear something, like hear a move get hit, go to look at it, and the first thing that drew my attention is not the wrestlers, it's not the action, it's the fucking logos on the goddamn turnbuckle. I'm thinking, okay, whatever, you're going to quickly see a WWE and just go right back to the action. No. 7-Eleven stood at me and stared me in my eyeballs.
Yes.
It made me pay attention to 7-Eleven. It just was a little too distracting. Maybe I shouldn't be that distracted that easily. Sorry. Okay, I got ADHD. I don't know what to tell you. However, this match was utter insanity. I kind of did like the random spot where Andrade is trying to climb the ladder, falls down, and then goes, oh shit, and climbs it up real fast. And that was kind of funny. But dudes are dying left and right. Grande Americano, my bad, is taking all this fucking damage every time I turn around. He climbs up the ladder, he's getting thrown off the ladder. He climbs up the ladder, he's getting slammed down to the canvas. He goes up, he goes off the ropes.
Was taking a hell of a bump.
He was just...
That backdrop from LA Knight off the ladder, and it was in, like, the corner, like, on the side of the ring where the ropes were, so you know that shit was stiff.
And just like 8 minutes prior, somebody threw him off a ladder too. So like those two bumps were not spaced out very well.
What's funny is he wasn't even like selling it. Like you could tell he was just absorbing it. He was just like,
yep, like don't oversell because you'll fucking probably die. But he was great in this. Penta shows exactly why he's here. This dude is he's a mastermind of ladder matches. Everything he did looked awesome. That Mexican Destroyer on the ladder, we've seen it a bazillion times in AEW, but it'll never, ever get old. I loved that. Rollins died like twice off the ladder and then calls in his goons. And I loved that. I did because I expected that to happen. I expected him to call out his goons, and I got the Ready to Rumble vibes, you know, when all of a sudden you guys are getting your ass kicked. Get the guys out here. It was great. Braun Breaker is a fucking savage. I don't understand this. This guy's got a nice fucking dress suit on. You know what I mean? It's all nice tucked in. He's got nice pants. And then you just see him like strolling and then fucking goes from first to somehow sixth gear and kills somebody. And then he gets up.
He killed El Grande Americano first.
Holy shit, this guy.
So not only did he take 2 bumps off the ladder, he took a Braun Breaker spear.
He sure did.
He took it and then some. Goodness gracious. I love that. That was a great spot.
Dead.
Yes, dead is dead indeed. Then we got the moment where I was afraid this was going to happen. Not the turn, but this exact whole thing going down where Solo was going to call in Jacob Fatu and he was going to end up picking up the win. The last person I wanted to win this briefcase was Solo Sikoa. I'll just get that off my chest right here. But to get what we've all been, I think what we've all been waiting for, which is rather than "I love you, Solo," it's "I hate you," and a kick right dead in the face, and it's over with them. Thank fucking God. Jacob is gonna just absolutely kill on his own, but then, and I hope I'm not in the boat alone on this one. It just took a little extra too long to finish. We really didn't need the whole back and forth. Maybe this guy, maybe that guy, maybe this guy, maybe that guy. We knew what was going to happen. We knew the numbers were on Seth Rollins' side, and we knew it was that shit of how it finished. We didn't need an extra 5 minutes of fucking around. You could have just went with, okay, Solo ain't winning shit. Seth gets pulled up by his boys, and he wins the fucking thing. Cool. No big deal. At least I thought it wouldn't have been no big deal. But however, DC thinks it's a massive deal. So I'm going to start with you.
What you could have done, if you were going to do the Seth thing, you have, a la James Ellsworth, you have Paul Heyman climb the ladder and hand the briefcase. Like, if you want heel heat, if you want to get massive douchebag heel heat, there you go.
One day we're gonna have the budget for like AI shit on this show, and I wish we did now, so I can make a fucking thing where you see Big Paul Heyman climbing the ladder to grab the briefcase. I think that just would be fucking hilarious. I think the heel heat is you're 1,000% on it, 1,000%. But I I don't know. I think they just all it's one of these things where he's kind of back to being the Messiah, so they're all going to get behind him and thing. But I think that would have been cool. Somebody goes up there, climbs it for him. Maybe Braun does it, looks at the briefcase, like, oh well, maybe next time. But I think either way, I think this was the right call. I don't see anybody else that was really worthy of winning this thing. The second the second I started hearing about LA Knight possibly being the winner or the right call, I just thought I get immediate Damian Sandow feeling with him. Like, he's only going to be able to go so far. And this would have been another probably failed cash-in. But with Seth, you have the numbers. You have Paul Heyman. You have the fact that he knows how to be an opportunist and cash in at the right time. So, I like it. What do you guys think?
I have a couple of counter arguments to who could have possibly won it or had a good motive for that. Solo, who I don't even think belonged in the match. Personally, I think that could have went to like Carmelo Hayes, somebody who could perform in that type of match.
Thank you.
But Solo winning it would add some legitimacy to him and to his new little like clique. And that would kind of put the ball back in his court and kind of keep him in that main event area, which he kind of got himself into and slowly kind of trickled back down out of. If you want what's best for his career, that would kind of work for that. Another option that was brought up was Chad Gable or Grande Americano winning it, challenging Vikingo for the AAA title to get revenge for him beating Chad Gable.
See, now that one I could fuck with.
Don't hate that.
So a couple options there, but I like Seth winning it. I like the Grande Americano ladder spot. I thought it was kind of an old school vibe, and they performed it perfectly. Oh, he says no.
No?
DC? Brother.
Come on, brother.
So,
DC.
last night on SmackDown, we had Punk, we had Sammy. The fuck is Roman?
Hey.
Him making Street Fighter.
Is he making...
They haven't started shooting that yet.
Oh, shit, that's right.
So, or do you wait and
He
then...
said renegotiate these tribal nuts trying to take away my money.
Do we wait until Seth cashes in and then Roman costs in the match?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Because, I mean, I kept waiting for somebody else. Like,
yeah, a little bit.
Like, what is Seth winning the Money in the Bank? What does that do? Like, he's already main event level.
Yeah.
Gives him an opportunity to wear more outlandish clothing.
You mean to raid his wife's wardrobe again?
Yes.
Yes.
But literally, how Andrade, would have given you an excuse to do something with him.
No pop!
Yeah. It would have. No. I think that would have been just lackluster as fuck.
You know, I think him getting divorced from Charlotte was the worst decision he ever made because that was probably his hedge of protection.
To cheat on Charlotte.
Yeah, he fucked himself over. He had all this attitude and shit, and everybody was like, bro, you have a fucking stinky attitude. And he was like, hey, Ric Flair's my dad. And they were like, all right, cool. Now he can't say that shit.
Nope.
To Alberto land is where he's going.
Oh, yeah, in a hurry, too.
He'll go control his narrative somewhere.
Oh, it's
yeah.
Career suicide, amigo.
That's too bad.
Like,
unfortunate.
Penta, you could have, had him hold on to the briefcase for a while.
Yeah.
You literally, any of them could have done something. Hell, you could have had Jacob just climb up and just take it.
Yeah.
Because who the hell is going to stop him?
Yeah. But then semantics.
Right.
He wasn't in the match.
I was half expecting Jacob to run up and take it, to be honest.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, I mean, I get where your guys are driving at. I definitely could see more options that were available out there. I don't know. Now, you know what? Now DC's got me thinking, was Seth even a good enough choice? Because
I mean, he
he's
was
got a point.
safe. That's the problem. It was a safe choice
That's
for
okay.
sure.
Safe choice. Safe choice. Absolutely.
There we go. That. I don't know any better way of putting it than the safe choice. You're right on that one. So hey, maybe this does cause Roman to randomly come out of the Street Fighter world and make a return back to the E. But if it doesn't, then I guess we'll just fucking wait and see, because that's kind of just where we're at right now. So the main event, which anytime John Cena is going to be on a show, he's going to be in the main event. Well, that's not true. He was Saturday night when wasn't the main event. But we got the main event now. Just a regular-ass tag team match for the fuck of it. John Cena and Logan Paul against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Maybe it's me. And I know I said it on Max that John has to be in these tag matches because he can't go anymore. But I think his new gimmick is he is out to ruin wrestling. He is truly trying to be Hollywood Hulk Hogan without being Hollywood Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? From the fucking bullshit grappling to the over taunting to the fucking lightest belt shots you've ever seen. This is Hollywood Cena. It's Hollywood Cena in my eyes. And again, I could be in the boat load on that one, and that's fine. I'll trademark the fuck out of it later. And when it takes off, you're welcome for all the merchandise money. But that's what I see. He has engulfed that bad guy. And he doesn't care if you like what he's doing or you don't like what he's doing, or if you're on his side or you're not on his side. He could give a fuck. He could truly give a fuck. And Logan Paul in this one, I don't know what the fuck happened. Normally Logan Paul does some stuff where you're like, oh, cool, hey, Logan Paul's athletic as shit. Not in this one. Not in this one. He tried to fucking wrestle. And, don't ever do this again. Just for the love of Jesus. He was more mediocre than some of the fucking dudes I see on NXT. Like, unless he is going above and beyond with his athleticism, he doesn't got nothing. He's a YouTuber.
Wow.
That's just me.
The Asahi moonsault was pretty sick, but other than that, you're spot on.
It's just how
I
I
never
feel.
thought
about
of
Logan's.
it like that.
Again, if you take away because we were just ranting and raving about Dominic Mysterio and how he's evolved. I'm not saying
Right.
Logan Paul needs to already be on this fucking level after what maybe 2 years in the E, maybe, but you need to learn more than just what your athleticism can bring. Because you're going to have matches and opponents where athleticism doesn't do anything. Or, heaven forbid, you go against somebody who's going to out-athletic you. You have to have something else to fall back on. You have to have a basic wrestling background, a basic wrestling degree, if you want to get into those cool, fancy words. And Logan Paul needs to go work on it. I don't know who needs to teach him. I don't know who in the E can really teach him. But... Who?
Go work with Dom.
You know what? Fuck it. Go work with Dom. Why not? Because if he can learn it this fast, maybe he can teach it that fast. Because
Maybe.
Oh, Lord. Anything you guys want to add about this match other than every time we see John Cena? Actually, you know what? I'm glossing over the top. I'm glossing over the best part, because the best part was the masked man returning and beating up John Cena. That masked man just so happened to be not R-Truth, Ron Killings. WWE has officially worked the fuck out of everybody, including the TSK, by saying this guy was released, signing Ron Killings to a contract, and now we have Ron Killings more than likely against John Cena. I would prefer at SummerSlam than Night of Champions, but I'm almost positive that's the next John Cena title match we're gonna get.
If we get it at SummerSlam, I think I'm in agreement with you on this. The reason we want it at SummerSlam is because we want something we can be invested in.
Yes.
And if they book it for SummerSlam, we know that WWE is invested in it and is not just throwing it away at Night of Champions.
And again,
And
what did we say? 3 weeks away? What build are you going to give me on that? In 3 weeks.
Please don't do that to us, WWE. Please give us a full-on SummerSlam feud with Ron Killings. He will make a killing.
Hey.
The free will that you have lost from everything you've done will be forgiven, if not already forgiven, just because R-Truth is back. But if you do that, I'm telling you.
I got a better idea.
Oh, I gotta listen. I'm listening.
Think of Sting against Hulk Hogan.
Yes, dude. Yes, dude.
I'm not saying drag it out that long.
No,
but think of how long that went on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, Rob, you said, or Harold, maybe it was you, where you just have him come out and get involved in Cena's shit, to the point where, Cena, SummerSlam, you do Cena and Cody again. Cena pulls it out.
Okay.
But not until Ron Killings gets involved. And we don't get, the happy-go-lucky R-Truth. We get Ron the Truth Killings from NWA TNA back in the day.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
And to the point where finally Cena's sick of it.
Yeah.
And he says to Killings, he asks him what he wants. What's it going to take for him to leave him alone? Ron Killings just looks at him, points at the title and says, I want that.
Yep.
You could have him say, before it was about trying to save you from yourself. And he just says, now it's about me kicking your ass.
Okay.
And you just have no rules. You have a street fight. You let Ron Killings, take the leash off. You let him do what he can do. What those of us that have been watching him for 20 plus years know that he can do. And at 54 years old, that we know he can do. Survivor Series. Right there.
If you can figure out a legit enough way to push it to November, I think that'd be pretty badass. Again, I say SummerSlam because it's a stadium show, but again, Survivor Series is another stadium show. It's another one of the big five. So, I mean...
And it's in San Diego.
Hey,
if it doesn't cost $1,000 to go, I think we should be there.
I think so, too. But
I think you better be there.
Ron Killings, Phantom of the WWE. I was telling the boys before the podcast started. This is partial credit, my boy David Tan.
Hey.
Have him be like Sting, like DC was saying, Sting and Hogan. Have Ron Truth be serious, come and interfere in the matches. You could literally push this. Just have him, sprinkle him in, push it, build it. Money. Print the money now.
Print the money
OGs, new fans, kids, everyone's invested. Do it.
Everyone is invested, and we're so invested to the point where I think I already have an idea for like a lovely spin-off episode of this one. Because, and I'm going to bring it up just right now, so I want people in the comment section to let us know, do you want this as a whole ass episode, and we'll make it one if need be. Are both AEW and WWE copying the Sting and Hogan mentality right now with Hangman Adam Page and Jon Moxley, and now are Ron Killings and John Cena? I feel like it's the OG, the guy that started it all, the underdog, the one that you think that never would, just might. and it's happening on both shows. So let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments. Maybe it's a whole episode we can make about it. I think it'd be fucking killer. But regardless, this has been Money in the Bank review. We went through the whole shebang. It was, again, a 2 thumbs up show. The main event was pretty good, even though John Cena is wrestling, again, like an old man, because he is an old man, but that's okay. We're excited to see where this goes. Maybe a little less Logan Paul, but we're still excited to see where the rest of it all goes. We will be back with Worlds Collide. Yes, we know that Worlds Collide happened before Money in the Bank, but don't trip. We're going to go back and rewatch it. Thanks to YouTube. YouTube's awesome like that. So we'll go back and watch Worlds Collide. We'll be back here preferably the next day, right after this one drops. Then right after us, we'll drop with another one for Worlds Collide, and then we'll see where it goes from here. But as we do each and every week, first off, I didn't say it, but welcome to the brand new TSK YouTube page, TSK All MF Day. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe and like button before you get out of here, and make sure you're following these gentlemen before you get out of here. So let's hear what they all got going down. Rob, the deep in the heart of wrestling with the Black Hearts, Ted Patanero, Mike Larkin. That was a damn episode and a half. The double predictions was sweet. Please tell me you got more coming. Please tell me that I'm going to hear more Teddy.
Good Lord. That was probably personally one of my favorite episodes that we ever did. God. But that's deep into the heart of wrestling over there on Mike's YouTube page, linktree/BlackHeartsEBD3. We did a predictions of these 2 shows. We had our special guest, our boy Teddy P from the Max Wrestling podcast. He came aboard and helped us up and did what he does. So we actually definitely have some more coming up. We will be doing predictions for, I think we're going to be doing Night of the Champions for sure. We've got an Origin episode, The 3 Faces of Su Yung. That's coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah, should be good. We actually have an Uncaged coming up with this gentleman up here, Daniel Crimmins. I don't think it's out yet. Is it out yet, DC?
It's supposed to drop, Mike said, this coming week. He's finishing up the editing.
Okay, but we did a tribute episode to the homicidal, genocidal, suicidal, death-defying Sabu. So that is Uncaged with myself, Daniel Crimmins, and Mike Larkin. That should be dropping soon.
Love that.
And like Moses said, we've got the YouTube page coming up, so please go subscribe to that. TSKLMF and Day. Let's see, what else do we got? If you want to follow me.
Hey, there we go.
And that's if you want to. I don't have as much sour sauce as DC does,
no.
But follow anyway. Linktree/Hey, I'm Rob.
We're speaking of sour sauce, and unfortunately, that would be like the perfect segue to DC. But we got a man that does food reviews. So, Harold, what's the gimmick? What's been going down with the 2 Sweet Click Adventures?
You know what? We just dropped our visit to a famous Route 66 eatery,
yes.
Open since 1955, celebrating its 70th adventure. Around the Sun. 70th anniversary, I meant to say. The Magic Lamp Inn in Rancho Cucamonga. We went and checked that out. We also checked out this new little spot I checked out. It's not a new spot. It's actually been around for several years. It's new to me.
Right.
Off Street Cafe and Cerritos, right off of Artesia. Nice little hidden gem for breakfast. We did a little visit there. Had some nice steak and eggs and some horchata latte.
Ooh,
so if
what?
you like eating that good grub in the Los Angeles, Southern California, Orange County, Long Beach, San Diego area, come check us out. 2 Sweet Click Adventures.
I'm telling you, this guy's making me want to make a road trip every damn weekend with some of these episodes. But before we get out of here,
if California gas didn't cost what it cost,
Jesus,
you definitely could.
It makes me want to get my fat ass on an airplane and fly out there.
Trust me, bro. The feeling is mutual.
If you think California gas prices are bad, look at plane tickets.
I don't want it. I don't want to live in depression right now. So help me get out of said depression and tell me that we have another the Pile Driver Pundit episode coming up.
Pundit is dropping tomorrow.
That's what I'm talking about.
Noon.
Cheapers.
Doing a little bit of tweaking on it.
Hey,
New format.
let's go.
I'm going to be going over the fuckery that is 2K
Oh no.
and the bullshit they're pulling
Oh, no.
with 2K25.
Wow.
So I got some shit to say.
I've only heard bad
Wow.
things. I've only heard bad things, so I can't wait for that one. That one's going to be so damn awesome. Oh my goodness. So we've got into so much of it, and then of course, make sure that you're following us right here on the brand new TSK YouTube page, TSK All MF and Day. Share with your friends, share with your family, share with the guy next door, even though you're stealing his internet. It's okay. He'll thank you in the long run. And if you want to catch any more
Share
of
it
me,
with your mama.
hey, share it with your mama. That's a good one right there.
And your cat, your dog, your fish.
Just share it all and everywhere you can. And of course, if you want to see more of me each and every Thursday, I will be on the Max Wrestling YouTube page covering Max Wrestling. For a little bit of time, we are going to hit Max Wrestling with a little bit of highlights. We're going to take our episodes, we're going to condense them down for them, give them some highlights. So that way, maybe those that over at the Max Wrestling want to come kick it with the TSK. And you can kick it with us the next time we come back, which is again tomorrow with World's End. So be prepared for that one. And again, share and subscribe with all your friends. And we will catch y'all around the bend. Too sweet boys, and we'll see y'all the next time.
From WWE to AEW, TS got the podcast leading the game. So sit back, relax, kick it with the TSK. We're the voice of the ring, paving our own way. With these beats dropping heavy, the crowds are loud. From the West Coast vibe, a true champion to strive. On this ride, TSK on the mic for the best in pride ride. In the spotlight, shining bright, watch us steal the show.
Let that make rest debate.
Then to our moment,
We won't hesitate.